In this video, you'll be learning how to make a Santa hat. This is perfect for absolute beginners and is super cute. If you have zero experience in crocheting, don't worry because we'll be going nice and slow so that you understand each step before moving on to the next one. If you like the Santa hat, you can find the resin pattern on our Instagram page at Animal Crochet Store. And without further ado, let's get started. So to create a Santa hat, the materials that you will need is a roll of red yarn, a roll of white yarn, crochet hook, stitch marker, a pair of scissors, and also your tapestry needle. To start off, you want to take your red yarn and create a magic circle. To do that, you'll have to put this yarn end in between your last two fingers, over your middle two, and then over your index finger. Then you want to loop it around your middle two fingers 2 times. Now you want to take your crochet hook, insert it under both loops, and then pull out the yarn. Yarn over and then pull through the loop to create a slip knot. For our first round, we'll have to do 6 single crochet in a magic circle. So to do a single crochet, you'll have to insert your hook under both loops, pull out the yarn, yarn over, and pull through both loops. That's your first single crochet. You'll have to do that 5 more times. So again, under both loops, pull out the yarn, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Once you're done, you want to count your stitches. So starting off from here, this is 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, 4, 5, and 6. And once you have all 6 stitches, you can close up the magic circle. So to close up the magic circle, you'll have to pull this little yarn end slightly. And you see the ones that's moving, you want to pull that one from the bottom to close up the other loop. And once the other loop is closed, you can just pull this little yarn end tight to finish up the magic circle, like this. Before moving on to our second round, make sure to put your stitch marker under both loops of your last stitch, like this. On to our second and third round, we'll be doing single crochet around. So insert your hook under both loops of your next stitch, pull out the yarn, yarn over, and pull through. Repeat that pattern for the next 2 rounds. So I reached the last stitch of my first round, removed the stitch marker, and put in a single crochet. Always remember to put back your stitch marker, and then we can move on to the second round. Again, under both loops, single crochet around. You want to flip your pattern to the right side and you can just continue. Onto my last stitch, remove the stitch marker and put in a single crochet. Always remember to put back your stitch marker under both loops of your last stitch. You want to cut the other yarn end and put it aside and then tuck the yarn end inside the head. Moving on to our fourth round, we'll be doing a pattern of increase for 6 times. So to do an increase, you'll have to put 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So into our first stitch, 1 single crochet, insert it back into the same stitch, and we put in another single crochet. Again, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Repeat that 6 times. Remove your stitch marker and put in your last set of increase. Put back your stitch marker and we'll count our stitches. So starting from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So by the end of this round, you should have a total of 12 stitches. Moving on to our 5th round, we'll be doing a pattern of 1 single crochet followed up by an increase for 6 times. So we'll do the first set together, 1 single crochet into our next stitch, and then an increase, 1 single crochet, back into the same stitch, we put in another single crochet. Repeat the pattern 5 more times. Once you reach your last stitch, remove your stitch marker and your last stitch should be an increase. Put back your stitch marker into the stitch that you have just made, and by the end of this round you should have a total of 18 stitches. Moving on to our 6th round, we'll be doing single crochet around. So no need to worry about the increases, just single crochet into each and every single stitches that you've just made. Onto our last stitch, remove the stitch marker and put in a single crochet. Now it should look something like this. Put back your stitch marker under both loops of your last stitch. Moving on to our 7th to 9th round, we'll have to switch the color of yarn to white yarn. So find the yarn end and then just place it in a similar way that you would normally hold your red yarn. And we'll continue the pattern. And onto our 7th to 9th round, we are basically just single crocheting around. So we'll maybe do like 4 or 5 single crochet. And then you can take the 2 yarn ends, cut your red yarn, take the 2 yarn ends and then tie them together. Then you'll just continue the pattern until you reach your stitch marker. Onto my last stitch, remove the stitch marker and put in a single crochet. And again, put back your stitch marker under both loops of your last stitch. Onto the next round, I'm again single crocheting around. Remove the stitch marker and put in a single crochet. Put back your stitch marker and we'll just do a very last round of single crochet together. Remove the stitch marker and put in our last single crochet. And then into the next stitch you want to put in a slip stitch. So pull out the yarn and just pull it through. Cut the yarn and pull everything through. Actually, you can just remove the stitch marker. And now we'll just have to sew in the ends and create the little pom-pom for the Christmas hat. First, weave in the 2 ends on the inside. You want to take your tapestry needle and thread it through. Now you want to repeat an L-shaped pattern. And then basically just hide the end by passing through the loops. Once that's secure, you can just cut off the end. And you want to do the same for the other 2 ends as well. So follow the pattern that you see on the hat. And then just hide the ends under these loops. Then you can just cut the excess onto our last one. Now that's done, you can just flip it like this and we'll create the pom-pom. Now we'll create this little pom-pom for the Santa hat. And to do that, you want to take your white yarn and wrap it around your 2 fingers. Leave a little gap in between. And I usually do around 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you want to cut your yarn with a good amount of yarn end. Put that aside. Then wrap it around your 2 fingers. And then just tie a knot. Then you can cut off the loop. Trim it. And then trim it again. Now you can take this end and thread it through your needle. And just insert the pom-pom right at the very center and the top of the Christmas hat. And then you can tie it with the little yarn end. And then just cut it short and hide it on the inside. And that's how you create a Santa hat.